It is not just about the freshwater. The rivers of our planet have so much more to offer.
Whoa!
From ancient legends.
What the f?
Australia is definitely known for some pretty crazy looking animals, but I've never seen anything like this.
To massive catches and never before seen creatures. These terrifying river discoveries will leave you in shock forever.
Never in my whole life.
A fisherman had just finished a good day of catching fish and was taking a break by the swamp. As he rested, he saw something strange coming out of the water. He'd heard stories about a swamp monster, so he quietly turned on his camera. A creature with a muddy body and an odd shape rose from the water. It grabbed a fish and then disappeared back under the surface. The fisherman was shocked, but also felt lucky to have seen such a rare sight. He decided to keep what he saw a secret. He didn't want lots of people coming to disturb the creature's home. He thought it was better to let nature keep some of its mysteries. Prehistoric Sea Surprise. A diver's usual underwater trip became an unforgettable adventure. While exploring the ocean, he saw a huge creature swimming towards him. It looked just like a plesiosaur from dinosaur times. The strange animal got close and spat out water shaped like a rock. Confused and scared, the diver quickly swam away. Luckily, he caught the whole thing on his camera and shared it online, which made the historians excited. Now, they are looking into whether ancient creatures might still be living in our oceans. Mrey sighting.
Hey! Whoa!
A normal boat ride turned into an adventure when a group of friends saw something extraordinary on a lake. It was Mrey, a legendary lake monster that surprised them by suddenly appearing near their boat. Excited, they tried to follow the creature as it swam away quickly. The friends steered their boat, hoping to get a better look at the mysterious beast. But the Mrey was too fast and headed towards a narrow part of the lake. Unfortunately, the boat couldn't fit through the tight space, and the monster disappeared. Though they couldn't catch up, the friends were thrilled to have seen the legendary Mrey with their own eyes.
Hey! Whoa! Shit.
Lake encounter. A man's quiet day at a lake in Congo became an unbelievable adventure. As he looked at the water, he saw something strange come out. It looked like a creature from local stories, a prehistoric beast. The creature was huge, with a long neck sticking out above the water. Its black body was covered in scales, like a giant anaconda. The man quickly grabbed his camera and took a picture. But the sound of the snap disturbed the creature, and it disappeared back into the water. When people came to search the lake later, they found nothing except fish. The man's photo was the only proof of the mysterious creature. Nessie from Scotland. For centuries, sailors have told tales of a sea dragon. In the 1700s, Scottish fishermen reported seeing it while pulling in their nets. Now, researchers have found evidence of it. Off the coast of Scotland, a deep-sea camera captured a massive shape in the North Sea. The creature had a long body, sharp teeth, and a glowing lure on its head to attract prey. It let out a roar so loud and deep that it shook those who were reviewing the video. People have named it the Nessie of the North Sea, and left everyone wondering what other mysteries the deep sea might hold. Mysterious lake creature. A day by the lake turned into a surprising adventure for one man. As he stood near some big rocks, something in the water caught his eye. In the greenish water, a strange creature swam near the rocky edge. It had a round body with the head sticking out. He had never seen anything like it before. The creature stared at him with curious eyes. Its constant gaze made him scared. He didn't know what it was, and that made it even scarier. Feeling too frightened to stay, he quickly turned and walked away from the rocks. Underwater dinosaur. An underwater explorer got more than he expected during a dive. He set up his camera near a colorful reef, but what he recorded was truly unbelievable. As the diver stood there, recording himself, something huge and strange passed behind him 2 times. He didn't notice it then, but when he watched the video later, he was shocked. 2 massive creatures with long necks, like something from a dinosaur movie, moved right past him. Excited by his discovery, the diver couldn't wait to return. He planned another trip to the same spot, hoping to see these mysterious sea creatures up close. Toothy Fish.
Never in my whole life.
A day at the beach turned into an unforgettable adventure for one lucky beachgoer in the USA. While walking along a pier, he spotted something swimming that looked out of this world. The creature had big eyes that moved around and a mouth full of teeth that looked just like human teeth. It swam gracefully near a wooden post, catching everyone's attention. People gathered around, both amazed and a little scared by what they saw. After getting informed by the public, marine biologists identified it as a rare type of fish. They carefully caught it and took it to a nearby aquarium for study. Many people started coming to the aquarium just to see this amazing creature.
Never in my whole life.
Giant Goliath catch. Fishermen on a lake got the surprise of their lives when they felt something huge on their line. As they pulled it up, they couldn't believe their eyes. It was a huge Goliath tigerfish, which was different from the usual ones. It had strange string-like things in its mouth and looked scary. The fishermen took some quick pictures before carefully putting it back in the water, thinking it might be a rare species. Now, scientists are planning to study the lake to learn more about these unusual fish. London's Loch Ness Surprise. The River Thames in London became the stage for a fascinating sight. A local witnessed a strange creature swimming in the river. It had a long neck and a humped back, looking just like the famous Loch Ness monster. It moved freely in the water, diving under and resurfacing. He couldn't believe his eyes. As news of the Thames monster spread, experts rushed to the scene. They searched the river, but found no trace of the creature. Ranco's mysterious swimmer. A visitor in Lago Ranco, a small town in Chile, captured an amazing sight. He witnessed a large, unknown animal swimming in a shallow river near the lake. It was brown and had a long body. As it swam away, it blew air from its nose, making bubbles in the water. He noticed a big black spot near its head. He told the nearby locals about it, and the creature became famous, while its true identity remained a mystery. Unsolved mystery. Imagine seeing something strange at the beach that made you question what's out there in the ocean. That's exactly what happened to a beachgoer when she spotted an odd shape in the waves while standing at the pier. Excited, she grabbed her phone and started filming. It looked weird with a long, straight neck and a tiny face on top. Just as she was about to get a clear shot, the creature vanished underwater and never showed up again. Playful dugong encounter. A day at the beach turned into an unforgettable adventure for the beachgoers when something unexpected caught their eye in the water. A large, gentle creature known as a dugong had lost its way and swam close to the shore. Instead of panicking, a few men in the water handled the situation calmly. They gently guided the sea cow back toward deeper waters. Everyone at the beach watched with amazement as the dugong disappeared into the waves. Their beach day had turned into a magical encounter with one of the ocean's most gentle giants. Longnecked Odity. Some tourists were enjoying the view while standing near a river when they noticed something strange near a boat in the water. It had a long neck and a small head. It moved towards the shore while a boat passed by it without even bothering about its presence. Before the tourists could understand what it was, the creature went underwater, leaving everyone puzzled. People wonder if they saw a Loch Ness monster, while marine biologists checked out the river to find any clues, but couldn't find anything. Mouthless fish. A fisherman got the surprise of his life when he caught a fish without a mouth. He couldn't figure out how it had grown so big without a way to eat. After searching carefully, he found only a tiny hole in its body. Curious about how it survived, the man took the fish home to observe it. Sadly, it didn't make it through the night. This wasn't the only strange fish story, though. In Bangalore, another fisherman found an alien fish with a big head and weird mouth. The local authorities explained that it was a mutant fish and released it back into the water. These odd catches left both fishermen with incredible tales to tell their friends. Turtle rescue. A group of friends celebrating a birthday on the beach became unexpected heroes. They found a huge leatherback sea turtle trapped in a swamp. The turtle, far from its ocean home, was stuck and needed help. They carefully lifted the heavy animal and slowly carried it across the beach towards the sea with the help of some locals. The turtle's flippers moved slowly at first, then faster as it neared the water. Finally, with a gentle push, the rescuers watched the turtle swim. Their quick action saved this rare and protected animal. Ningo in Japan. A family's peaceful lunch at a lakeside resort in Japan turned into an exciting adventure when they spotted a strange fish at the pier. The fish had a face that looked almost human, with eyes that seemed to roll around as it looked at them. They remembered old Japanese stories about a creature called Ningo, which is said to be half human and half fish. Excited, they rushed to tell the resort staff. But when they returned to the pier, the unusual fish was gone. All they had left was a video on their phone. The family was excited to show the world their amazing encounter with a legendary creature. Swamp secrets. A local man found out a secret while walking on a sandy path. As he looked at the water, he saw bubbles and movement. There was a disturbance in the water for a while. Suddenly, two huge fish-like creatures appeared. They moved smoothly without making any ripples, as if gliding through the air. The man watched in amazement as they disappeared under the water. The story of the swamp creatures spread in the area, and the people wondered what might be hiding in the murky waters. Furry Snake. A strange video from Thailand has taken the internet by storm. It shows a never-before-seen snake that looks like it came from another planet. The 2-foot-long snake was found in a swamp in Sakhon Nakhon, but what caught everyone's attention was that it was covered in fur. Snakes are known for their smooth, scaly skin, so seeing one with what looks like fur is truly strange. The video has quickly gone viral, and many are calling it an alien snake. The mystery of the furry snake provides evidence of a strange, undiscovered species. Cave spider. In a dark cave, a brave explorer heard a strange noise. When he followed the sound, his flashlight showed something that scared him. There was a giant spider with very long legs, about 5 feet. The explorer remembered stories about giant spiders called Jiba Fofi from Papua New Guinea. People there think these spiders are ancient protectors of the underground world. The explorer was careful not to bother the spider and slowly backed away. He left the cave with an amazing story about the creatures that live in dark places. Sometimes, it seems, the scariest monsters from stories might be real. Elephant-faced fish. A worker collecting junk near a lake made an incredible discovery. He spotted an odd fish in the water and decided to grab it. As he pulled it out, he got a big surprise. The fish looked like a mini elephant. It had a long body with dark stripes on a lighter background. Big, shiny scales covered its body like armor. Its lower jaw stuck out with two whisker-like parts hanging down. Amazed by his find, the worker took the fish to the authorities. They sent it to a lab for scientists to study. The strange elephant-faced fish became an exciting topic for researchers trying to understand this unusual creature. Bunyip in Australia.
Australia is definitely known for some pretty crazy looking animals, but I've never seen anything like this.
Australia is known for its unique animals, but one sighting left everyone baffled. A local kept noticing something strange in the water, but it always vanished when he got close. Determined to solve the mystery, he set up a camera by the swamp. When he checked the footage, he was shocked to see a bullet-shaped head poking out of the water. He reported his discovery to the authorities, who identified it as a bunyip, a creature from Aboriginal legends.
Folklore speaks of a terrifying swamp creature called a bunyip.
They warned everyone to stay away from the swamp for safety. The bunyip sighting became the talk of the town, adding another chapter to Australia's book of mysterious creatures. Yangtze River Monster. Tourists at China's famous Three Gorges Dam got more than they wished for. A mysterious animal was spotted swimming in the Yangtze River, right in the popular tourist area. The creature was huge, at least 10 feet long. It had a long, slender body with a strange hump on its back. They watched in amazement as it moved just below the murky surface and suddenly vanished from the site. They informed the authorities, who investigated the river, but they found nothing. Lakeside Crocodile Surprise. A boat ride on a lake took an unexpected turn for one man. As he drifted, he spotted something huge resting by a tree. Getting closer, he realized it was a giant crocodile. The massive reptile noticed the man, and in a flash, it slid back into the water, disappearing beneath the surface. The man's heart raced as he quickly moved away. He knew crocodiles were predators. His close encounter left him shaken but amazed. He spread the word about the lake's scaly residents, informing others to be careful when enjoying the water. Clingy companion. A peaceful boat ride turned into a surprise for a group of tourists. As they moved across the water, a fish suddenly jumped into their boat. It was a brown trout, but something strange was attached to it, a snake-like creature. The tourists quickly realized it was a lamprey, a parasite slowly eating the trout. They decided to carefully return both the trout and its unwanted passenger to the water after separating them. They watched the fish swim away without its clingy companion. Strange toothed fish.
Whoa, it's moving so weird, Tessa.
During a wildlife show, the host made an exciting discovery while exploring a mangrove swamp. He spotted a strange fish in the water and carefully caught it for a closer look. To his amazement, the giant black fish had teeth that looked just like human teeth. Its eyes were unlike anything he had ever seen before. The host asked the cameraman to film this incredible creature for his show. After capturing it, he gently released it back into the water. The footage of this strange discovery became a hit episode, leaving viewers wondering what other mysteries might be hiding in the world's waters.
Whoa, it's moving so weird, Tessa.
Shark in river. Locals in Kerala, India, got the shock of their lives when they spotted something unusual in a nearby stream. To their amazement, a shark was gliding through the freshwater. The lost sea creature had somehow found its way far from its ocean home. It swam in the narrow waterway, seeming confused by its surroundings. Word spread quickly, and soon a crowd gathered to see the out-of-place visitor. Concerned for the shark's well-being, locals called the authorities for help. Wildlife experts arrived and carefully guided the shark back towards the sea. The unusual event became a local legend, reminding everyone of the surprising connections between different water ecosystems. Lake monster encounter.
The hell is it? That is insane.
A girl's camping trip turned into an adventure she would never forget. While relaxing by a lake, she spotted something huge moving just beneath the surface of the water. To find out what it was, she held a fish over the water. Suddenly, two strange creatures with glowing red eyes appeared, staring right at her. She froze for a moment, and then quickly dropped the fish. A big splash. One of the creatures grabbed it and vanished, but the other creature stayed, still looking at her as if waiting for more. The girl and her friends wondered if some new kind of lake monster might be living in those waters, and left the place.
The hell is it?
That is insane.
Carp battle. Two fishermen had a wild experience on a rushing river. While they were trying to catch fish, a large number of carp started splashing all around them. Water flew everywhere as the fish leapt out of the river, bumping into the fishermen and causing a bit of chaos. These weren't ordinary carp. They were silver carp from Asia, known for being quite energetic and lively. The fishermen struggled to keep their balance as the fish kept jumping and splashing. At last, the men decided to let the fish go and move away. They learned an important lesson about being careful when fishing. Strange shore discovery.
Look, look, look.
A visitor was enjoying the sun when he spotted something pink and reddish floating near the shore. As he got closer, he realized it looked like a giant eel. The strange object moved back and forth with the waves. Surprised, he informed the beach officers, and they called the sea experts to check it out. The creature suddenly moved, and before the experts arrived, it slipped into the sea with a big splash and disappeared.
Look, look, look.
Unknown carp carcass. A fisherman in Qingdao made a surprising discovery on a beach that puzzled even experienced fishermen. The unusual being had a huge mouth full of sharp teeth, but its body was like a carp with fins. He uploaded its pictures on the internet. The creature's odd appearance shocked many people who saw it. Even experts had a hard time figuring out what the strange fish was. Some thought it might be a new kind of deep-sea fish that got washed ashore by a storm. The mystery grew because the creature was dried out, making it tough to study. Bobbit worm.
It's flaring up, too. Look at the spines on it.
A fishing trip turned into a scary surprise for a group of friends. They were excited when they felt a tug on their line, but when they pulled up their catch, they were shocked. The fish looked weird as its skin was peeled off, and inside, there was a worm that had eaten the fish. They put the fish and the worm in a jar, keeping them away from their other catches. Later, a friend who knows about sea animals told them it was a bobbit worm and warned them not to touch it. They quickly released it back into the water, realizing it's best to leave it alone.
It's flaring up, too. Look at the spines on it.
Bearded worm.
Yes, you did it!
A girl and her mom had an unusual fishing day in Port Isabel, Texas. While enjoying their time on the dock, the girl felt a strange tug on her hook. At first, she thought it was seaweed, but when she pulled it up, she was amazed. It was a strange creature that looked like a big, fluffy worm. To find out what it was, she took a picture and sent it to wildlife experts for help. They quickly identified it as a bearded fireworm that can sting if touched. After the mystery was solved, she carefully put it back in the water and continued fishing.
Yes, you did it!
Bubbling water.
What the f?
Two friends were kayaking on a river when something strange happened. One of them noticed the water moving oddly and started filming with his camera, hoping to see some fish. What they saw was even more exciting. Suddenly, the water started bubbling and frothing. The friends watched in amazement as the river seemed to come alive. After a few minutes, everything went back to normal, as if nothing had happened. When they showed the video to people in town, the locals weren't surprised. They said an old story talks about a river monster that sometimes causes the water to bubble up. The friends' video showed that old stories might have some truth after all. Doglike swimmer. Have you ever seen a dog swim like a fish? That's what a local man witnessed. He was walking by a stream when he noticed something moving underwater. Suddenly, a tail appeared above the surface. To his shock, a dog jumped out of the water. It had been swimming for a long time without its head above water. The man watched in amazement as the strange dog shook itself dry and ran into the woods. Sea monkey. As the sun began to set, a tourist at the beach decided to capture the beautiful moment on camera. While filming the peaceful scene, he noticed something odd in the water and zoomed in. Suddenly, a creature leaped out of the waves. It had a tail and looked like a monkey. The tourist watched in amazement, wishing he could get closer on a boat. Before he could do anything else, the mysterious animal disappeared back into the ocean. The man was left wondering what he had just seen. His unexpected encounter became a thrilling memory of his beach vacation. Field fright. A young man's walk in a field turned into a scary encounter. As he stood near a stream, he saw what looked like a pipe moving towards him in the water. As it got closer, he realized it wasn't a pipe at all. It was some kind of unknown sea creature. With its long and thin, shiny body, it smoothly moved through the water. The young man watched in shock as the creature reached the shore and then went under the field. The mystery of the field-dwelling sea creature became a local legend, with people always keeping an eye out for its return. Hand-like fish. Johnson Pond was hiding an amazing secret. When a drought made the water level drop, strange creatures emerged in the small puddles. Life forms that looked like a mixture of human hands and fish. A longtime resident who had fished there for 40 years was amazed, saying he had never seen anything like it before. The local news quickly picked up the story, and soon scientists arrived to study these beings. As the creatures were taken away for research, theories began to spread. Some thought they were an unknown species, while others believed they might be the result of genetic mutations. The mystery of the Johnson Pond creatures continued to puzzle everyone. River creature fright. People in the area have been telling stories about mysterious river creatures for years. This time, someone finally saw one up close at the Fox River. A fisherman was sitting in his boat with his legs in the water. Suddenly, he saw a strange creature swimming nearby. It looked like nothing he'd ever seen before. For a few minutes, the mysterious animal swam around, seeming curious about the boat. Then it went back into the depths of the river. The fisherman was left amazed, finally understanding why so many stories existed about the Fox River's hidden wonders. Giant crab discovery. The beach was quiet as the janitor did his usual cleanup. Suddenly, he spotted what looked like a strange crab. But as he got closer, his eyes widened in disbelief. It was giant, much larger than an ordinary crab. The creature had huge claws that seemed strong enough to crush steel. The janitor remembered old sailors' tales about giant crabs guarding secret underwater kingdoms. Thinking it might be one of those legendary beasts, he snapped some photos and called the authorities. As they arrived, they moved the massive crab to a lab, hoping to uncover the truth behind centuries-old myths of the sea. Silkies. Have you ever seen a creature that looked like a mix between a human and a fish? That's exactly what a man filmed while using his underwater drone in Scotland's Orkney Islands. He was exploring the murky waters when he spotted a mysterious shape that looked like a half-human, half-fish creature swimming by. It reminded him of old stories about silkies, magical beings that look like seals in the water but can become humans on land. The man couldn't believe his eyes and wondered if he had captured a real selkie on video. He was excited to add this mysterious find to the old sea legends about these magical creatures. Unidentified creature. Have you ever seen a creature with shiny scales and bubbles forming around it? That's exactly what happened to a man walking by a lake. He saw something strange in the water near the grass. The creature was wiggling and rubbing its head on the ground, and bubbles were forming around it as if it was trying to breathe. Thinking it might be a rare animal, he carefully picked it up and took it to the local authorities for help. The authorities took the creature for study, but haven't shared what it was or where it came from. The man's find has left everyone curious about the truth and wondering why the authorities are keeping information hidden. Dotted Pond Mystery. A local man's routine day by the pond turned into a puzzling experience. As he looked at the calm water, he noticed something very strange. A part of the water's surface was covered in black dots. They stood out clearly against the water surrounded by the trees. The dots seemed to form an odd creature, unlike anything the man had seen before, while the true nature of the dots remained a mystery. Mammoth Discovery. A group of Yakut fishermen in Siberia found something unexpected. While fishing in a river, they saw something huge poking out of the melting permafrost. As they got closer, they realized it was a mammoth tusk. It seemed to be millions of years old, preserved in the frozen ground. They worked hard to carefully bring it up onto their boat. Afterwards, they sold it to the authorities, and in return, got a lot of money. Ogogo sighting. The Okanagan Lake in Canada held a secret that was accidentally captured by a visitor. While he was recording the beautiful surroundings, a creature matching the description of the legendary Ogogo appeared. In Canadian folklore, this mysterious lake monster is said to inhabit these very waters. It surfaced briefly before vanishing without a trace. News of the Ogogo sighting spread quickly. While some believed it was proof of the legend, others remained skeptical. The photo got everyone talking again about the old mystery of what might be hiding in Okanagan Lake. It's time for today's open discussion.
Whoa! Holy
In Vietnam, a man's simple walk turned into an exciting adventure when he spotted something big in a ditch nearby. As he walked, he noticed something huge moving under the surface. Suddenly, a giant crocodile came out, its scaly body wiggling as it swam toward him. But instead of running away, the man did something surprising. He calmly picked up a small stick and tapped the water. The crocodile jumped out of the water with its jaws snapping, but the man didn't move. He stood still, facing the scary reptile without fear. After a while, the crocodile turned around and swam back to its natural habitat.
Whoa! Holy